All right, welcome to DIY with Rex. Make sure to hammer that subscribe and like button. Today we've got the, can I flip this? Misolant Executive Big and Tall gaming chair from Amazon Prime Day. The first thing you're gonna need is a box cutter or other sharp object to be able to open the box. I'll pull the box back here. All right, we got a better angle here. So you're gonna take your box cutter or other sharp object, cut those tape lines. You gotta be careful you don't damage the chair, so don't cut too deep. Get that box opened up, and yep, you're gonna get your tool kit with your screws and your wrench. We've got the customer service. Misolant really does it right. They give you the customer service information right there, bang, top of the package. Gonna unbox it. Let's get it on out. We got the back of the chair. You know, it's really important to have a nice clean workspace when you're doing these. There's some open area where you can lay out all the different pieces and really visualize what you're gonna be doing. Looks like we got cushion. This looks like an armrest. I like to put the kind of the items that relate to each other together. So I'm gonna put these armrests together. Well, that might be the footrest actually. These are the armrests, that's the footrest. This is oh, here's the base. Oh, wow, that looks comfortable. Look at that one. Real nice, real nice. More hardware. I like to keep the hardware off on one side. Here's your levers. You can go the recline and lift. Oh yeah, this is important. Got to have that one. These are the armrests. And the nice clang you heard earlier was the, looks like the base, which will connect the bottom of the chair with the hardware and everything else. All right, so we've got all our pieces laid out here. We've got a slight hiccup that there's no instructions, but luckily you're here with DIY Rex and we're just gonna figure it out. I don't think it's too complicated. It's just some screws. We're gonna have maybe a little bit of trial and error figuring out what screw goes where, but I'll figure it out for you guys and I'll put it down in the description on which screw is supposed to be in which part of the chair. All right, this is a Rex DIY pro tip. Make sure you crank that thermostat down a little bit when you start working because you're gonna get a little sweaty. I personally like to do a nice 70 degrees. We're at 73 right now, so it's gonna be a little bit hotter than we would like, but crank that AC down so you enjoy your workspace a little bit more so you're not sweating like Rex is. All right, so we're gonna start with the base here. That's this piece, the 5 arms on it. These were all packaged up together, these legs. My guess is, it looks like we need about 10 of these screws. I think this is gonna be our best bet for these. It's real small screws. It looks like you just kind of slide these in and then use the screws to attach. I'm gonna slide those on there, use these screws and let you know how it goes. All right, so this plastic part kind of got in the way, so I popped that off. Got our wrench that comes with it out, and we're gonna put these small screws in and start screwing those bad boys down. It's actually easier if you start screwing it by hand first, and then do final tightening with the wrench. All right, so we got all 5 arms screwed down. we're now gonna put the wheels on. These look like they just pop on in there, push it in. Might need 2 hands for this. I'm gonna stop recording and set it up so you can see. All right, see how we get this one in here? Yep, just push it in. Real easy. These just pop on in there. Spin it around. There's looks like 5 wheels total. Pentagon style. They're kind of greased up. You might want to get a paper towel after you touch those. Flip that bad boy over, test it out. That's nice. I'm gonna pop this plastic back on. It's a nice finish on there. And we've got the base assembled. All right, we found the instructions. They were in the base of the chair, and they actually come with some nice assembly gloves as well. This will help us solve the which screw goes where dilemma. All right, we got the instructions. Our intuition was correct. You put the base together first, and we used the right screws. Good news there. We are now using the white gloves. They are a little small, but they stretch. They're stretchy enough. So we will start using these instructions to make sure we give y'all the right instructions in this video. All right, so now we're gonna attach the base to the chair, to the cushion, the seat cushion of the chair. So you wanna line up the pre-drilled holes with the base. And it looks like we're gonna use these M4 screws. This is what the instruction says. Those look like they are, and here's the M's. So that's the M4, which is this one here. So we'll pop those out and get those screwed in each one of these. There's a washer with this one. So make sure the washer is in between the screw and the metal of the base. All right, so we're screwing these down. This is a Rex Pro DIY tip, is don't screw it all tight each time, or each corner. You don't want to screw it all the way down right away. You want to tighten them all in sequence. Just screw it all the way down. Make sure that the back of it is lined up straight while you're doing this. Okay, so now we're gonna put the armrests attached to the arm bar here. You've got it laid out how you want it on the chair, so that's gonna go into that pocket there where the inside of the cushion is gonna be inside the chair. So you see how it's angled in. See, this hardware is gonna go to the base of the chair on each side. And it looks like we're gonna be using the Q2 M6 25mm screw for this, which in our screw set, see that's the M6, but it's 30mm. This is your M6 25mm. It's all about those details, and there's 4 of them. So that works because 2 on each arm. All right, so again, I like to start with the hand screw on these. You got to really make sure you see the hole. But it's easiest if you hand screw it in first and then tighten with the wrench. Yep. We got a siren in the background. I hope those boys in blue are safe. We sure do appreciate what they do for our community. All right, so this one's kind of tricky. You can only hand screw it so much. So you're gonna wanna do like these 3/4 turn screws to get it in there. It's kind of tedious, but I like to use the shorter side down, longer side out, and really screw it in. Top one, probably gonna have to do the same thing. Would have liked a little more hand screw before going to the wrench on it, but this is what it is. All right, so we got the arms assembled. That one was a little bit tedious. We are now going to be attaching them to the base. So looks like we're going to be using these M6 30mm screws, which are these bad boys. There's only 2 of them, so that's not making sense. That looks like a typo here because there's, oh, here we go. Oh, it's all about the details, guys. It's the 06 M6 30mm. That's your N2. This is your O, and there's 10 of them. That's the M6 30mm. So it's going to be this one that we're using for those 6 there, and we're going to maneuver over to an elevated surface to attach this, so it's going to be tough on the ground putting those arms on. So we're going to use a nice coffee table to put the cushion on, and we'll assemble the arms here. All right, so we've got it on the coffee table now. The front has it has a sticker pointer to the front. It's got the arms that'll go in and out for the leg rest, which we'll be putting on here soon. We're gonna put, that couch nice. This one on first, since we're on this side. I don't think it matters which side you go first. Now you can kind of decide how close to the chair you want these arms. You know, you got maybe an inch to play with. I'm gonna have them be as far away from me as possible. I'm a bigger guy, so I want a little more room in my chair. I'll show y'all with a little close up here once I've got them screwed in what I'm talking about with that. But again, start with that hand screw. Get them down there. Don't screw it down all the way. Rex DIY pro tip: don't screw it down all the way. You know, tighten them incrementally. But this one's pretty easy. Really, it's just, you know, taking the time to do the hand screws and then tighten them with the wrench at the end. This is what I'm talking about, where you can kind of go in or out a little bit with these arms to have them a little bit closer or further away. I'm gonna have it as far away as possible just to give myself the most room in that cushion. And if you're wondering, we're not getting ready to buy SWAT. That is Netflix in the background. Rex's girlfriend is a big fan of that SWAT show on Netflix. All right, now that one arm is on, we can't really balance it very well to do the other arm, so our plan is just to hold it up, and we're gonna put the arm on. We need 2 hands to do this part, but I'll show you the finished product, and hand screw it first and then tighten it once we got the hand screw done. All right, we got them all screwed down, and those of you who have been watching on the live stream have been noticing that I am no longer using the white gloves. I like the feel of using my fingers. The white gloves were impeding that when I was doing the hand screw, and so we decided to stop using them. But we got the base done. We're going to be moving on to adding the cushion to the chair. Now this is interesting because it looks like the cushion faces downwards, which I wouldn't think that, but yeah, okay. Maybe it flips out. Doesn't seem right, but we're gonna trust the instructions. See, if we had not found these instructions, we probably would have put it on the wrong way. So it's, you know, it's good we're reading what's in front of us here. This is here's that N2 M6 30mm for these. There's only 2 screws, and it's nice and propped up on its own now, where we no longer need to use a table. All right, so this bar kind of spins. Maybe that's the key here, but that looks like it's where the male side goes into, and we're gonna screw it in there. All right, so we're gonna have that side facing down. See, it says front, which front has this little notch facing out. Now we're gonna come from underneath and screw these bad boys in. All right, Rex pro tip, don't put your screws in rugs like this. It took me a couple seconds to find it. It blends in real easy. So Rex pro tip, don't put screws on the rug. Make sure you got a hard surface that you can set your screws on. All right, so this is something I wanted to call out is you want to hold pressure on the front here. You see how it falls down? You want it to be tight while you're tightening these screws. So use your offhand to apply that pressure, so as you're tightening it down, it's flush with that mounting bracket. So you get a nice finish for this footrest, because you don't want it, well, maybe it does rotate. Because as I'm doing this, I'm remembering that the bar itself is a rotating bar, and and that makes sense because it comes out and bang. Oh, wow. All right, yep, now we get it. All right, we want to do a quick shout out to Stoner's Pizza Joint. Had a quick slice while the phone was on the charger. This garlic butter is fantastic. Stoner's Pizza Joint, buy one, get one on Uber Eats. Get you some Sunday pizza. And look at that. Sat in there nicely. I'm really excited to see how this works. I want to see now that we're here, and then, oh yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay. And slide that back in there. All right, so next we're gonna attach the back, which will go on to this part here. Looks like we're using these 04 M6 30 millimeters, which is these ones. And oh yeah, there they are, they're underneath. I'm gonna use those 4 screws. And we're gonna attach the back of the cushion to that first, it looks like, before we slide it into the base. And it looks like we're gonna use this longer side onto the back of the cushion, and then this will go into the base of that chair. All right, and check this out. We got Velcro to hide it. Those boys at Misolant, boys and girls at Misolant, really thought of everything here. So you pull that up to hide the base. We're gonna line those up, screw those in. This looks like it's gonna be a 2-hand thing because that leather wants to keep coming back. So yep, see, there it goes. But you can see it gets covered up nicely. All right, we got that all tightened down. Get that leather back on there, make sure it's tight. And we're gonna go back to our instructions here and flip the page. And yep, sure enough, we're gonna be using those M8 20 millimeter screws, which are running out of options here. Just got the spare left, and those M8 P4 20 millimeter screws to attach the base. And I think that's gonna be it. That's our last step, guys. We've got the little couch cushion, which you just set on there, but this is the home stretch. We're excited. All right. So we're just gonna pick this up and make sure it's facing in. And it's nice, it'll rest in there. You don't really need 2 people for any of this assembly, really. You can do it on your own, as you've seen. So we're gonna start with, this is a little trickier, those wheels. But we're gonna start the hand tightening. And you do actually need to hold it kind of top against. I'm gonna use my head here. And that's kind of messing up how that hand tightening is going in. We got one in, and we're gonna do all 4 of these like this, I guess. We may have to edit this part. Y'all have gotten unedited, just raw footage throughout this DIY, and this might be our first editing point, because I think we gotta figure out what we're doing here. Stay tuned, hold on. All right, we're changing how we're attacking this. We've got it rested up against the couch and on the carpet, because we weren't able to really get leverage with those wheels on there to make sure that it was straight. The back, this plate wants to rotate like that, and so we need to be flat against the base so we can screw it together properly. And I think this is gonna fix the problem, and if it doesn't, we'll figure out another solution here. Just problems and solutions, DIY Rex. That's what we're about. So we've got 1 screw in, kinda, it's taken, and we're trying to get the rest of these in there, and it'll need to rotate it a little bit. There we go. That's what it was. So it's just putting pressure, getting those screws to line up. The hand tightening is not working great on this one. It's getting us in, but we're not going very far. It's kind of frustrating, but I think it's because of the weight of the chair coming down on the screw, probably something to do with that. But now we're getting them in there, and we're gonna use this wrench to keep it rolling, and we're gonna tighten all 4 of them, not completely all at once. Remember, you gotta you get it close and then you work over to the next one. I like to go down and across, not do one next to the other, just so it kind of evenly attaches to that bracket, and you don't have one side that's kind of protruding or attached weird. And this one's being a little difficult. These last couple are fighting me, and I don't really know why, but we're getting through that one's getting a little bit better. There we go. I guess it just hits a certain point where it wants to fight you, and you keep on screwing. You know, that's a good life motto, just keep on screwing. Ooh. There we go, come on. It also helps to have better leverage than just laying on your back trying to do it. This is better when I'm on my knees. Screwing those on in there. And this is the last step, guys. We're gonna grab that pillow and throw it on here and do a big reveal with the sit. We're really excited. We've been really looking forward to this chair. The NCAA 27 football game is coming out in a couple weeks, and we're gonna be spending some hours in this thing. So we wanted something comfortable for that. But bang, it's put together. Look at that spin. And we're gonna get the cushion for the full experience. All right, cushion, and it doesn't really look like it attaches. It just sets right on there. And here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, well, all right, that really reclines. So let's see. We'll turn it over here. And we've got lift, and we've got, I think that's the recline. Okay, so you pop that down. So there's two levers. This one, you pull it up and it really goes, woo! But if you pull it there, down, and it's firm, you can't push back. I like that a little bit better. And then this one, I guess you raise, oh yeah, there we go. And lower, nice. And let's try the legs out. Slide it on out, flip it over. Oh, wow. So my legs are kind of heavy. This doesn't feel that sturdy, but it's holding. So we might need to do a follow-up video here in a few months to see how this one's holding up, but it is. I'm 6'3". If you're a little bit shorter than that, I think this would be really good. It's just okay for me. I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I was really looking, but maybe if I recline, let's see. Oh wait, oh that's way better with the recline into the. Oh wow. Yeah, that works. Okay, Well, boys and girls, that's DIY with Rex. If your name is Tim Sykes Jr. and you want to get one of these, I'm going to put the Amazon link. Please use that link. It really supports this channel. Order one of these on Amazon. We got it on Prime Day, but I think it's available year-round, and it seems like it's worth the money. This is very comfortable. I'm very, very excited to be using this chair. DIY with Rex. Make sure to hammer that like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time.